got everything laid out. I think we got all our parts. Enough to get the short block built anyway, or long block.
It's looking pretty intense over here.
Yeah, we did a little work yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Can't remember which day it is anymore. But,
yeah, a couple days ago we were doing some work on the heads and the jugs. And
put some of this stuff together still. I don't remember this stuff.
a lot of little parts.
Yeah. Could have built a Type 1, man. Would have been a lot easier, huh?
Yeah, I don't think that would fit in the 914.
Sure, a little sheet metal. Little sheet metal.
I wonder if you could put a Type 1 in there.
I'm sure it's been done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Sure, it's worth much more money though with the original engine.
Probably, yeah.
We'll suffer through it and get it done.
So this is called the Windage Tray,
Yep, this is a windage tray.
and it keeps the oil from splashing up on the crank.
Keeps the oil down in the pickup area. Keeps it off the crankshaft.
And it's interesting because this is it's really more of a 914 Porsche thing. They don't necessarily put these in the buses.
No, I don't think so.
I wonder why.
Well, because people aren't cornering in their buses. The 914 was built to have fun in, so they tried to, make it where you could take it out and play with it on the weekend and not damage the engine.
Yeah. So these are some little seals that it comes with.
Yeah, these are little silicone seals. Hold it in place in the case and seal everything off.
Yeah, when we took the engine apart, those had basically disintegrated.
Yeah, they don't last very long.
And they were all inside the engine.
Were they red like this?
They were kind of a orangish red. Yeah.
Normally these don't break down like that.
They were kind of gooey, and
I've seen the black ones turn to mush. But normally these are okay. More than likely somebody put something in the oil trying to flush it.
Yeah.
And it attacked the seals.
Well, plus it had been sitting there for 30-something years. So I guess there's different sizes, huh?
No, one size fits all. Just got to get them in the right place.
Oh, I gotcha.
It's the last one that's got to mess with me a little bit, you know?
Yeah, it almost looks like it's a little longer. That's weird. Huh.
Alright, there's that. Alright, we're going to start putting the assembly together. We already got the crank assembled here. Get it over in the case. Get our bearings on that. And get our cam in there.
Case is all cleaned up.
Case is cleaned up. Got this bearing marked, I do believe, yeah. I think we got everything clean. Not really sure anymore. Had to redo the rod bearings on this because I didn't get the rods clean enough, and I got a little piece of sand in a couple of them and it tore the bearings up. My buddy vapor blasted everything.
Yeah. Well, I didn't vapor blast the crank,
No,
but I vapor blasted the rods.
yeah, and they go on the crank.
And
Done playing with my bearing now that you put it in the wrong spot for
oh,
me?
did I mess it up?
Oh!
I was just checking it out.
How's it look?
Looks good.
Does it look okay? Faster?
Looks good. I just got to test you a little bit.
How's it look, man? Does it look okay?
Yep. Looking good.
So we got our snout bearing there. Put this on.
Snout bearing.
Yeah. It's a snout. Smallest bearing in the motor. This is where you put the propeller when you're building the plane motor out of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, this bearing here supports that propeller, you know.
It's scary.
Some of the guys are making supports now. Go on the end of the crank. Alright. I think we got everything in here, man. Maybe we should blow this out with some brake clean one more time.
Yeah.
Blow it off with some air, you know?
Good idea.
I'm gonna do that. Can't ever be too clean. A little bit of rain today.
A little bit. It's alright, we needed it.
Yeah, we do.
I know some guys out west, they wish they had it.
Yeah, definitely need it out there for sure. Alrighty, got our cam bearings in there. We've cleaned it a couple times, even though it doesn't look perfect. It's fairly clean.
Yeah, it's a used case, so it's got stains, but it's clean.
Somebody asked if we were using an aluminum case or a magnesium case, and I don't know if they make an aftermarket case for a bus. I think you sort of got to find an OEM Type 4 case. I don't think they make one in the aftermarket yet. I could be wrong.
I don't think they do, but
I have never seen one available, you know, out in the open, like a regular case for sale, you know.
right. Everybody ends up using the same. These cases are real durable.
They're very durable, yeah. It's much more robust than a Type 1 case. If you look at the mains and, you know, everything's bigger. Lifters are bigger. A lot of gusseting down the bottom.
Yep.
Need a little oil. Get a pearl here. Well, let's go ahead and put the crank in, shall we?
I think you said it before. The hardest part about doing all this is cleaning everything.
Yeah, getting everything really clean is really it's a challenge, you know.
Get all your marks lined up.
Look at this, I got glasses now, I can see the dots.
It helps, right?
Maybe the dots are just bigger on a Type 4, I don't know.
Probably. Glasses definitely help.
Anyway, we got our bearing here out of the other case, no rocky, everything's installed. Our bearings are seated on the dowels. We just installed our cam bearing here, our cam. We're going to go ahead and rotate it and make sure it turns nicely in here. And then we're going to move on. Real nice. Both ways. Everything's happy. We'll check our marks one more time here. The marks are good. We got our keyway in there. We're good to go. Go ahead and install the seal. Right?
Type 4 gods are coming to life.
Type 4, yeah, they're mad. They're like, what are these guys doing? I messed you up, huh?
Yeah, what is that?
One of the
Yeah. Fit right in there, didn't it?
Everybody's like, wow, man, I've never seen anybody put a seal in like that. Well, I have. Can't use the Type 1 seal installer on these, so it's easier to put them in when the case halves are apart. Just like so.
Nice.
You want to spread this on these lugs with your fingers.
Okay.
Or I'll do it. You can record. I forgot you're the production guy. I'm building the motor.
I can do it. I'll let you do it. What's better when you do it?
Look, I forgot to put the lifters in.
Uh-oh.
They go in after on a Type 4, guys. Calm down. I don't build these every day, but I did read the book, ctmoog. See, I just read the book.
Yeah, it only took him like a minute.
Photographed it. There's only a couple pages on the Type 4, just like in the Volkswagen manual. It's like they didn't really care about this motor too much. Alright, we got our bearing. We're going to put this in our other case half now.
Yeah, I'm sure the guys that designed the Type 1 weren't too happy when they came out with it.
Oh, I'm sure this is a definite move forward. I don't know why it didn't get more popular. You know, it's a real nice motor. Just the expense, I would imagine.
Yeah.
They cost a little more to build.
The other ones look cooler too, I think.
Huh?
The Type 1s look a little cooler, I think.
Oh, I don't think so. I like Type 4 deep down inside.
They are cool.
I've always been sort of a Type 4 guy, but you know, it just wasn't allowed at the shop I worked at. So we didn't, we'd service them, but we wouldn't rebuild them. We'd send them out. But, you know, I got a lot of guys I'm subscribed to over in Europe, and this is a popular platform over there. Don't know why it's more popular over there. I guess there's, you know, more guys willing to make parts for it.
Yeah.
More research and development over there. They seem to not mind paying a little more for quality overseas. Where here it's all about the price, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When that happens, it sort of drives the market, what gets made. There's companies that do these though, you know, fat performance. Jake Raby, I don't know if he still builds these. I think he's a Porsche guy now. 996. He's got a class for those. And
yeah, I think he moved on.
he teaches. He's got the IMS bearing replacement for the 996 ceramic bearing. LNG, what is it? LNG engineering or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he cut his teeth on these and then.
He's a smart guy. You know, I mean, go where the market's at. There's only so many bus motors to build.
He's just putting a thin coat on there.
Yeah, not a lot. Looks like there's more than there is.
It's real thin and it's not gonna squeeze inside.
There's not usually a puddle under my motors though, you know. That's why I use it.
So you prefer to use that over the aircraft?
It's just changed, you know. I mean, I don't think it's the same as it was when we were younger.
Yeah. Different.
Seems like it breaks down easier. So this is the cam plug that you think's the original one to the motor. Let's see how it fits. Yeah, it fits real sweet.
Yeah.
Unlike feel the difference in the quality of that one.
Oh, yeah, it's solid. Yeah, the other ones are loose. Yep. I don't know where these came from.
So we're gonna.
Where do you want these? Down here?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna turn this cam plug away. I don't usually put them in this way, but it's very close on this motor. So we're gonna.
Oh, it's close to the cam?
Yeah. Normally I put the flat side in, open side out. But on this one, it was right up against the cam. I don't want the
Yeah.
camshaft compromising the plug or any kind of issues like that. So we're just gonna spin it around. It'll be fine. Little dab in the corners. And I like to do this right here, a little dab. Right there. And then I usually double up on the back of the case too.
Hexy.
Gonna get a picture of it? He's looking at a book. Everything's so big. Where's our anti-vibration clips? No.
Whoa.
No. Oh, bummer, dude.
Lost power there for a minute.
Yeah, we did.
But it came back on pretty quick.
We were powerless. Now you got to do it and line these studs up and get the windage tray put in.
Yeah, it's a little more complicated.
We got my seals in there. I got my camshaft. Camshaft rotates. We turned it over. Everything's good there. Got our rods in there. Got them torqued. Got them peened.
You got no silicone on there?
Got enough silicone on there. Got the cam plug in. I got the rattle clips in. I think we're good. We'll check the torque on the cam bolt once we get the case wraps together.
Wow. That was impressive. The rubber hammer. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take these back off and seal them.
We're doing 24 foot-pounds on these.
Going to, eventually. Like butter, baby.
Yeah,
It's like butter.
pretty smooth.
See that little banjo thing? You gotta get it through there, and if you don't have it just right, you find out now. And if it ain't right, you gotta pull the case half back together to get it.
Well, let's hope you got it right.
Let's hope so. What do you think, man? Turns over still.
It's awesome. I'm excited.
Okay, boom, 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 boom. Nut in the washer. Nuts.
Nut.
Yeah, nut. You nut. What is going on there, man? You got a flashlight? Is that broke off? Oh no. Okay. Hey, see how they do that?
Mm-hmm.
Staggered, raggered. They have a lot of fasteners holding this together, don't they?
Uh-huh.
I like to make sure it rotates as I'm tightening everything down.
Good idea.
Nut. Yeah, but it's not going to turn over. You sort of want to know, you know, before you get too involved.
So these are 8mm nuts?
Yeah, 8s.
8s. And we torquing them to 14?
I torqued them to 18 foot-pounds, but factory calls for 14 foot-pounds.
Was that 14?
Yeah,
Wow.
sure it is.
It's not that tight.
It's actually 18. Step it up a little bit. Because it ain't that tight, is it?
No, it's not that tight.
Yeah, almost got them tight enough with the,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is the stud of death in the Type 4 right here.
Yeah.
This one.
Yep.
This is what you don't want to break off.
Tighten.
You break this off and then you got to pull the whole motor apart. This bolt has a banjo at the other end and it goes between the two cam journals.
And it's the foot-pounds on that one's like...
I think it's eight
It's not
foot,
much.
8 foot-pounds.
Yeah.
And they don't recommend, you know, most shops want to take that off. They service it through the drain plug and then the regular filter. They never clean the strainer.
Wow, because they're afraid to break it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's, there's enough horror stories out there where it's happened to a couple shops before, obviously.
Yeah.
And that was going around when I was working at a Volkswagen shop years ago. Don't take that bolt loose, whatever you do.
somebody took it loose, broke it a few times probably.
Yeah, this is the other bolt that goes through it. You know.
Careful with that one
The
too.
bolt of death. I need to, I'm gonna go ahead and torque these and then step it up.
Okay.
Bottom.
Good.
Top.
Okay.
Top.
All right.
And then the corner over there.
Go ahead.
Okay. Man, it turns over nice. Grab a rock, spin it over. Woo! Butter smooth. All right, 24 foot-pounds is what they call for in our specs. All right, top corner. Bottom corner.
Go ahead.
Bottom corner.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Top.
Okay.
Top.
Go ahead.
Bottom.
Go ahead.
Feels good.
Cool.
All right, man. Got it together. She's not binding up. No, nothing funny.
That's exciting. That was easy.
You look surprised. You're like, wow.
I just keep expecting something to go wrong. It's been pretty smooth so far.
Look at this, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is. Getting the oil plug on. Good?
Good Healy coil.
Yeah, they had a Healy coil in there.
Yeah.
It looked pretty solid though.
Yeah, it's tight.
We got
I tried
this.
to break it.
What do they call this area?
Oh, that's an oil sump area. I don't know. This is where the oil temperature thing was. Some sort of oil plate. And
Yeah.
This is the oil strainer.
But the oil temperature was optional.
Yeah, somebody had put a temperature thing. Hand me that screen.
Okay. Original screen. We were able to clean it up.
You know what? Give me the old Indian head.
Indian head?
This stuff used to be, yeah. Indian head aircraft sealer or whatever.
Oh, I think they still make that brand, don't they?
I'm showing my age, man.
I think I have some of that in the house. I forget what they call it.
You're like, huh.
It's got a chick on it
I don't know.
with an airplane.
It used to be called Indian head. I'm sure that's not politically correct anymore.
No, probably not.
I'm an Indian, so.
Are you?
Yeah.
Did you get your 100 grand?
Not yet.
What percent do you have to be?
I don't know. I'm like 20. I think you only have to be like
I think you
a
only have
small percentage.
Yeah, I know a couple
I got enough
people.
where I could go live on the reservation. My grandmother was Indian, so I got it from her.
That's cool.
Yeah, she wasn't ever real proud of it. I don't know.
Well,
I guess it was looked upon, down on, that in that time era. I don't know.
yeah, I think a lot of people were may have been ashamed of their.
She was smart. She was she skinned planes, airplanes.
Really?
Yeah, the bi-wing planes. She was real good at putting the fabric.
Wow, that's
Planes
cool.
that are made out of the fabric.
Yeah.
There's an airport out there by you, out by your brother. It's called Bob. It used to be called Bob White's Airstrip.
Mhm.
And the guy that owned Rosie O'Grady's used to own it. And my dad was friends with him. We'd go out there and fly. And we took my grandmother out there, and they got to talking about fabric. People that put fabrics on planes. And she's like, "Oh, I've done that before. I used to do that in the war." Wow. And
Like back in the 40s.
yeah, so he actually hired her, and she did a couple planes for him.
Oh, that's cool.
A little bi-wing.
Is that like the Fantasy of Flight thing?
No, it's out by your brother's place there.
Out by
Claremont.
Groveland?
Yeah, Groveland
Claremont?
area. It's called Bob White Airport. They used to have the Stearman. Got the dual wing planes, with the open cockpits.
Yeah.
You go out there and fly in these.
Oh, that's cool. I'd like to fly one of those. Look how clean that thing is.
Yes. Just didn't have all that sand in it. It'd be perfect. Okay, there should be a special nut for this.
I think it was that one we were looking at earlier.
Yep, could be. That's it. That'd be it. There should be a copper O-ring for this somewhere.
Copper, aluminum.
It's copper.
Well, that one is, but this one might be different.
I don't know if I can get it off of here, dude. I don't know if that's the worst or not. I don't think it is. I think it's a shelf on there. Take a look at it. I think it takes one.
They call this nut? It's the critical nut?
It's the oil strainer nut. Yeah, it's a critical nut, alright.
We sure that's the right one?
Yeah, that's definitely the right one. 100%. It's got a little shelf that goes down in that plate and the O-ring.
Wow.
Damn, that's awful loose.
Too loose? Huh?
Yeah, I think so.
And 9 pounds, not much.
9 pounds is not
You
much.
probably already got it there. This is the critical nut. Critical nut.
9 foot-pounds.
Yeah, you better put your glasses on for this one.
Read all the horror stories about this nut?
Yeah. This is the nut you do not want to over tighten.
And you will be tempted to do so because of that 19mm head on it.
It's huge.
But it is only an 8mm fastener. And this stud goes directly to the cam journal. Cross your fingers, brother.
You put 9, not 90, right?
You want to double check it?
Yeah, it looks good.
You put 9, not 90, right?
It should be tight right now. Sure about that?
Sure about what?
You better double check it. Oh,
Why do you make my job harder, man?
this was an intense moment. Everyone's on the edge of their seat on that one.
It's gonna break! Alright. It is time for a break.
Wow, it's pretty cool to see this going back together.
We're making progress on the Type 4. I don't like this low relief valve that I have for this motor, but
I can pull the one out of the other one. We can compare it. But you want to see what it looks like in the book?
well, I know what it looks like in the book. I've seen them before. This one just seems short to me. This looks like an empty oil relief valve. It looks awful new too.
It's because I blasted it. But,
No, you didn't blast it. You didn't have that.
Oh.
That's how it came out. I remember I took that out of the motor. Remember you forgot to take it out? And I
That's
took it
right.
out.
Yeah.
So yeah. I want to see where the spring comes.
Yeah, it does look like a newer style.
Well, that's the style these have. They have the
But it would have been 30-something years ago.
yeah, it just seems like it's a little short. For me anyway. Usually that spring has a little more tension on it. Is there one of these over there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really like that. I don't really like that CT.
Well, I can pull the one out of the other motor.
I like that better. I just think the valve's too short. I don't know where the book is. Let's look at the book. I don't even think you can not gonna be able to get a size comparison.
A little extra spring.
Yeah, watch your fingers under there.
Oil filter adapter.
Oil filter adapter. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's an adapter.
Oil filter holder. Holder adapter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 nuts and 2 washers myself because I can see you're holding the camera again. I don't want to be bothered with this stuff.
How is this little? Is this some kind of pressure release thing too?
Yes.
This little ball.
Right. Got a little spring behind that ball, and then the oil pressure gets too high. In theory, this is supposed to open up and relieve the filter.
Oh, gotcha.
Type 4s don't usually have filter issues. Probably because it has that little check ball in there. Also works as a little drain back deal too. Holds a little oil pressure in the galley instead of letting everything drain out. Does it look like the old motor?
It's looking like a brand new motor.
Looks like a new motor.
Mm-hmm.
Rebuilt.
Rebuilt.
It's not new.
Rebuilt.
It's not new.
Probably gonna be better than new.
We'll see. You have to get the car done now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the brakes, and I wanna use it. I don't care how it looks. I want to do the brakes and
I would
fuel line and all that stuff.
get the brakes, fuel line, make it run, and start driving it. Make it
Yeah.
a driving project. That way you're motivated to
That's what I want to do.
complete it. You know.
Yep. Because it's drivable. There's a rust on the trunk, and there's rust on
you
the.
can fix that as you're driving it. You know?
Yeah. There's rust on the trunk and rust on the pillar, and the rest of it's pretty solid.
Yeah, you know, when you get a little bit of money, you know somebody that paints cars. You know, you just drop it off and
Yeah.
pick it up.
I'll drop it off here one day. Come back, it'll be all perfect.
Oh, well, it won't be perfect, but it'll be shiny.
If you wear your glasses, it'll be perfect.
I will not wear my glasses if you want to see that good.
Like,
Did you torque that bolt?
no,
You got your 13
I
still?
tightened it.
Alrighty. Did we find a nut and a washer for this? Yes. Gonna have to wrench that one.
Yeah, I wrenched it pretty good.
That's plenty tight. So we still rotate really nice. Got good crank float. Remember I talked to you about the crank? You want to make sure that always moves back and forth. So you know your bearings are nice. No binding in the main bearings.
Mm-hmm. Crank float.
Crank float. Want to have that. All your rods are nice. It's looking good, man. It's looking really nice.
Yeah.
So now we're going to move on to the piston cylinders and the cylinder heads.
Okay.
Put this front piece on, start assembling some of the sheet metal. I have to put the deflector plates on the bottom, which are right there.
Right here.
Those will get bolted on. And then we'll move on to the valve train and all those other components. I don't know how much we're going to get done today, but we're moving in the right direction here. Oil cooler goes on in this piece. Got the hub piece in there. Putting the old fuel pump. This is a fuel pump, right?
Oil pump.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought it was a fuel pump.
It could be a fuel pump if
That'd be cool, huh? That'd be plenty of fuel.
Here comes the rain.
Yeah, it's great for the videos. Somebody's looking out for you.
It's all good. It's all good.
Putting a little grease on these. I always like to put a little assembly lube on the pumps. It makes them prime quicker. Hear it? Takes up that space in there, you know.
So is that the only oil or grease that's in there? Or does oil go through there?
Oh, oil, definitely. This is just
Okay.
a pump, you know. In, out.
Okay, so the oil's flowing through that whole thing.
Yeah, this is the life of the motor right here. Unlike a Type 1, you know, it's sort of in this little cavity. It's a little different than a Type 1 pump for sure. But same principle. So we got these little studs, got a little O-ring on this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put a little lube on that O-ring too so you don't pinch it as it's going into this pump body. This is completely different than a Type 1. It's all the same to me, I guess. That's weird.
It's different but the same.
Yeah. So we got a little lube on there. You want to make sure you get a little lube. It rides in this little housing.
Mm-hmm.
Normally the pump would ride in the, in the motor on Type 1. This has a dowel pin, so you can't put it together wrong. It's only got one spot for the dowel pin there. See it?
Yep. It's kind of recessed in there.
So get it together and then work it down. There we go. And you see how it's sealed up now? It's flush. Right here, you want to make sure it rotates nice. Now we're ready to bolt our pump together. It has 4 bolts in the back of this, and then it bolts into the motor.
Cool.
Cool Volkswagen stuff. We'll just wipe this up and keep it real clean. And our little spring washers. And our little nuts. CT took this apart. He swears these are the right nuts.
Well, there could be some other ones.
I think they're good. I think he just damaged them vapor blasting them. Made to turn them into lock nuts. It is sort of weird. You know, they're a little...
They feel like they lock up.
They're alright. They're fine. You did a good job, man. Everything's nice and clean. I probably wouldn't. Yeah, they're not bad.
Oh, cool.
A little tight to the finger, fine with a wrench.
Yeah.
You were worried.
I was
You were
worried.
walking in circles there for a while looking for the... Sure these are right, man?
Doesn't take much to short circuit me, man.
Sure.
Like what? Yeah, it was pretty cool pulling that apart. And
I'm surprised you got it apart. There's this little hole right here, and that's
Yeah.
to put a slide hammer in and pop it out. So,
yeah, I forgot how I got it apart. I think I might have.
probably a screwdriver involved.
Yeah.
Again, I want to make sure that it still rotates. You can hear it pumping in there. So it's nice. It's really nice.
Cool.
So let's go over to the motor and install it.
It's all aluminum.
In there. We got our gasket. I saw it over here for days.
Yeah, it was over here somewhere.
There it is. We need a little. Use the aviation Permatex on the oil pump. Double check to make sure our cam bolts were tight. This is your last chance to do that if you have a bolt-on cam gear. Always double check it. We checked that. We're good there. Now we're going to apply a little of this aviation Permatex. I try not to use silicone around the oil pump. Sometimes I pay the price and get a leak here. But like I told CT earlier, this is his car, not mine. So. If it leaks, we'll just fix it. Be more videos. You can make a video. Failure.
So you're
Oil pump failure.
you don't like to use silicone here because it might get in the pump?
Yeah, it's just around the pump. You know, it's sort of not a good spot. And then I found that anytime you got a paper gasket and you use silicone,
Yeah.
there's a lot of times it'll blow the gasket apart, you know, rip it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's, you know, like a some sort of physics thing, you know, where it, I
Yeah.
don't know why it would do that, but seems to not be friendly to a paper gasket. So I don't seem to have that problem with the aviation Permatex. And it usually, you know, 90% of the time it seals fine. I think the problem with this stuff is people don't use a lot of it, and it sits in the cabinet, and especially in Florida with the heat, I think it compromises it. So as
Right.
long as you're, you know,
batch.
yeah, I just bought this, so it should be good. Because it gets thicker and thicker. That's something evaporating out of it more than likely. It seems to really wet the gasket nice right now when it's fresh, you know. That's why I like this. It seems to just penetrate the gasket and make a good seal.
Yeah, it probably does have a shelf life, I would imagine.
There was no sealer on any of this from the factory.
Hmm.
Volkswagen didn't use any sealer on the motor. So, this is all stuff that's been adapted
After the
from,
fact.
builders. Found stuff that worked for them.
Right.
All right, let's hope it slides in, right? We got everything tight, I don't know if this is gonna fit or not. This could go bad. See you in a minute. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Tappity tap, tap, tap. Gotta rotate the motor. I'm gonna turn it so the little spade goes into the cam gear.
Yeah. Nice.
So there we go, man. We just need some washers, some bolts, nuts. I don't know why I call bolts nuts and nuts bolts.
I know, I do that all the time.
I'm sure there's somebody out there going, that idiot doesn't know the difference between a nut and a bolt. Good God. Yeah, normally I'd go with some sealing nuts here, but I haven't been able to make it to the old Volkswagen store in a while. CT won't help me order anything, so, here we are.
You should be able to get some off the internet, right?
Yeah, but,
Well, you know what?
I need somebody's help for that.
Well, I was going to order them from A&A and they were all out.
Oh yeah, well I have noticed that I've tried to order hardware from Volkswagen places and they seem to not have any.
Yeah.
So that was the problem last time I tried to order stuff. Everybody was out of everything. So
Special nuts.
no, just the washer got, it's on there sideways a little bit. They do make some special nuts that I usually use here though. They're like the sealing nuts that are missing on the case.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
See, that's when you turn the camera on, man.
Get all nervous.
No, I don't. The nut does. I'm doing the same thing I do every day. See? This is jumping out of my hand.
Just a weird angle on that one.
Yeah, it's good to go. Good to go, man. Good to go. Yeah, I'll be excited to hearing this thing run.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since we had a Type 4 in the shop.
This will be a first start video. Hopefully next week sometime, maybe.
Yeah, I think we can use our starter ring fired up.
Yeah, you got a full size one, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nor do we need a half to fire this up on the yoke. I don't know how that works.
No, I think for the 914 you need the full
Okay.
ring attached to the yoke.
All right, we'll figure it out. Make it happen. We're definitely firing it up before we put it in the old.
I guess I need to get the starter off the transmission.
Yeah. That'll work. Is the transmission good, or we need to rebuild that too?
I don't know.
Find out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think you can. I want to say you can pull the transmission out and leave the motor hanging.
I've got the transmission out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It all came out.
We could probably reseal it.
I'll have to take a close look
When they
at
start
it.
leaking, they're usually wounded. So we turn it, make sure it rotates. Both sides are in the groove.
So the flat side and the bevel side.
Yeah, you see how this side's completely flat? It's
Yeah.
ground flat. You see how this side's sort of raised up and rounded?
Yep.
If you put it this way, this is like a ramp, so this thing can pop out of the piston groove. When you put it this way, it's got a sharper edge that locks into that groove a little tighter.
Okay.
So that's why I put them in like this. If you buy clips from Berg, it'll come with the directions and it explains why.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because
You should buy a Gene Berg book of instructions.
Okay.
And
My first instinct would be to put the flat side down.
yeah, there's no load that way. The pin's trying to drive the clip out.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
if you have a beveled edge and it's trying to drive it out, and the beveled edge is, you know, in the groove, it basically gives it a chance to pop out.
Okay.
When you have a flat groove or the flat side of the clip
So
in
the
the
flat
groove,
side's on this side.
yeah, it's more of
Yeah.
a positive lock, and the pin's trying to drive that
Yeah.
clip out.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's interesting.
where's our flashlight? Just want to make sure. Make sure we're locked in here.
Oops, sorry, bud.
You're all right.
Slides back and forth.
Yeah, it should be able to rotate it in the groove.
Yep.
It's all in there. We're happy. All right. Hold the hub here. Here we go. I need the head nuts next. Should be 1, 2, 3, 8 of them.
And the washers.
8 washers, 8 nuts. Use it the same way, flat side down on these, beveled up, flat down.
Okay. Flat down. Flat side looks a little corroded.
Yeah, you can just get a better seal, you know. He's pretty much how I do it anyway.
.24 foot-pounds?
No, 54, right?
Oh yeah, 54. 24.
I can't read the print, man.
I could see it. 1.
Two.
2. 3.
That's pretty much how I do it anyway. I just, you know, I like to follow the book since it's yours.
4. 4. 5.
6,
6.
7,
8. 9.
I don't know if I like that one. We'll just go with it, see what happens.
Oh, it's gotta be better than it was.
Yeah, I mean, following the manual, it should fail for sure. Snapping it together. Now we need to find our washers. Head bolt washers. Look at that. Oh, beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, that looks awesome. Looking good.
Yeah, it's looking good, man. We'll do the lifters, push rod tubes, push rods, rocker arms, sheet metal in the next video. And then maybe fire it up.
Yeah.
Part 3, because it's going to take a little setup. We got to set the carbs up. You know, all that stuff.
Well, we might have to do a part 4 to do a first start on part 4. We'll see how it goes.
Take a while to, you got to set the carburetors up. I think I need to order some idle jets because they got 50 idle jets in them and they're going to be too small.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. And happy motoring.
That's it. That's all you got.
Yeah, man. Type 1's rule.
That's it.
Type 4s aren't bad. I can't complain. It hasn't been a bad build.
Oh, it's been pretty cool.
Went pretty smooth, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just a
It's a few different
A
little.
lot of sheet metal. There's a lot. It's weird putting the case apps together without having the lifters in there, you know, when you build Type 1s all the time.
Yeah.
But I think we're doing pretty good. We don't have too many parts left up here on the table. I got to put the distributor in. And
Yep.
put all the studs in the heads, bolt the oil cooler on, and then start assembling the sheet metal. But we're looking pretty good, man. I'll get this thing fired up. I'll get the carburetor set up.